So what made you become a writer, Wendy?
As a child, I really wanted to be a writer. I used to talk to God about turning me into a famous author so that I could do all of these wonderful things to help out His people. And I never really knew what I was going to write about. I just knew I wanted to be a famous writer. I wrote a lot of poetry from 10 to 14 in high school. I stepped more into creative writing and started doing stories. And junior year of high school, we had to do a kind of a fiction novel. And the more I wrote, the more I loved writing. But I still didn't feel like I was writing what was going to get me anywhere. And before I had a chance to get anywhere, I found myself where I never wanted to be. And for the next 20 years, writing was really not even a thought. I might dabble out a poem here and there, but it was in 2012 when I was seeking God and where I was supposed to go in my life. Really hard that I found a Christian life coach. And one night she was praying over me. And in the middle of the prayer, all these Post-it notes started flying around. They weren't really there, but they were there. And I was an office manager, so I don't like Post-it notes. They cause a lot of chaos. But these Post-it notes in the middle of the tornado started sticking to the wall. And I was so perplexed as to why God would give me a vision with Post-it notes that I couldn't focus on what was behind the vision at first. And Kathy was like, what do you think it means? And I was like, I don't know. I don't like Post-it notes. I don't know why God would give me a vision like that. But God is a humorous God, and He uses things like that so that we know it's not of us. And I was on my way home, and I was chit-chatting it up with God, and I was asking Him, what is it with these Post-it notes? And I heard, you will fill them all. And I was so overtaken. I can remember gasping, and I grabbed my phone and I called Kathy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know what it means. I get to be a writer. And it was 3 months from there before I actually began writing, and that kind of happened completely by accident. I was on my email, and it's a Gmail, and there's this button that says more, and one day I was like, more? What is more? And I clicked on it, and lo and behold, in the middle of it was B for blogger, and I thought, blogger? Bloggers are writers. And I just went through the motions, and before I knew it, I had created a blog called, the title is I Am Worthy, and my website is You Are Worthy Too. And I chuckle to this day because I always had a hard time believing that I was worthy. So that was kind of God's message to me, is I am worthy. But His message for everyone else is you are worthy too. So how did I become a writer? I sought God, and He gave me the desires of my heart.
So what do you think about the economy?
What do I think about the economy? I think that every day that I wake up and my dollar has value, it's a good day. I really believe that we're in a ton of trouble. All the currencies are based around the world dollar, but we know that China is already the financial powerhouse, and you just watch all of these events coming together, and you in your heart, you know that we're not climbing out of this one. So I appreciate the fact that I do have enough to cover all of my needs, and I just stay real close to God and hope that when the economy fails completely and everything goes as it is in the Bible, that He throws me some manna from up above. That's it.
So what made you go back to school, Wendy?
Well, crazy enough, it was in praying to God about where I was supposed to go in my life direction and asking Him to teach me more about His Word. and just telling him that I'm blind and I need billboard signs to know where I'm supposed to be headed and to know that I'm on the right path. So I subscribe to Caleb's encouraging word every day. It comes right to my mailbox, and I'm at work and I open it up, and normally it just flips open and that's it. But I don't know what I hit that day. All of a sudden it flips open to another website, and I'm looking at Colorado Christian University and an invitation to apply for a scholarship. And I can remember literally saying out loud at my desk, "You want me to go back to college?" And then God knows that I'm kind of slow. It takes me a few, all right, if that's really what you want me to do, then I need another step in the direction. So I'm going to do this just to test the water, and let's see what you're going to do. So I filled out the application. Counselor called me. I told him why I filled out the application. He said, you ought to try and see if you qualify for student aid. And I had a really good job at the time, so I didn't see that as a possibility. And I have a ton of kids, so a good job, and you're paying out over half your paycheck to a babysitter. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to fit college in, but I just kept praying and telling God, all right, if this is what I'm supposed to do, then you need to show me this. And he just kept showing me. And 3 days before I started school, I quit my job that I've been at for forever. So scary, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Absolutely love it. That's all I have to say about that.